We all crave it, and when we find it, it's the best feeling in the world. I'm talking, of course, about love, that wonderful, knee-weakening, tummy-churning state that affects most of us at some stage in our lives. Until now, love has been a beautiful mystery, more the realm of poets than academics. But there are scientists in America who are cracking the love code, tracking the chemicals that go pop in our brain when we fall in love. And some can even predict with near certainty those couples whose love will last and those who will crash and burn. Instead of enjoying the glamorous streets of New York, I'm in a cold corridor of the city's university, looking particularly unglamorous and missing my 18-month-old son, Jack.
I'd be crying with you.
Okay. It's not how I'd like you to see me, no makeup and jet lag. But I'm exposing myself in this way for the sake of science.
Tell me about Jack.
Well, he's beautiful, of course. Anthropologist Dr. Helen Fisher is analysing my love for Jack. Yeah, I can definitely see parts of my husband in him. The bad bits.
Okay, you want to lie back?
She wants to see how my mind reads what my heart feels.
So here comes the helmet.
And to do so, I have to have an MRI brain scan.
Okay, here we go. If you guys want to shoot.
What do your brain studies show about love?
People live for love. They pine for love. They kill for love. They die for love. It's a very powerful part of the brain. Hi, Tara. We're about to begin. Are you ready?
Dr. Fisher and her research assistant, Dr. Lucy Brown, have done hundreds of scans on loved-up couples, but this is the first time they've measured maternal devotion.
Look at those eyes. Child.
These enthusiastic
Boy.
love doctors can't wait to see what my brain does when I'm shown photos of Jack.
Maybe even craving.
Yes.
Maybe like a drug. You know, maybe a little bit of addiction.
The result is amazing.
the brain was-
When I'm shown a photo of a child I don't know, nothing. But when I see my son's face, the love centre of my brain lights up.
Okay, Tara, you're doing a great job.
What's so incredible about this science is we can now see in the brain where our emotions start. And for Helen Fisher, that means unlocking the secrets of romantic love.
Perfect. All right.
So what is driving that emotion?
Everything that we do is chemical. Everything we think, everything we want, everything we feel is chemical. As a matter of fact, the same brain region that becomes active when you look at a photograph of your sweetheart becomes active when you feel a rush of cocaine.
Whoever said love is a drug knew something. When you're attracted to someone, the body goes into overdrive, producing feel-good chemicals like dopamine and adrenaline. Your pupils dilate, your heart beats faster, and blood rushes from your tummy, leaving a sense of excitement and butterflies in its place. The blood goes to where it's needed most, lips and naughty bits. And pheromones are released in your sweat, so you even smell attractive. But science isn't just telling us that love exists. It's also able to predict whether love will go the distance.
I'm more like a netball.
Look at this.
So tonight we'll test the compatibility of two brave couples.
Oh.
Is theirs true love or simply lust?
That's cute. Oh, that is good.
Fling, or will it last a lifetime?
I'm glad you edited that because I know what you...
Every step of the way has been just so, like so easy.
I wanna be in this moment, cause our love's alive, we don't own it. I don't want
LA performers Jilly and Jay have certainly been hit by the love bug.
She erupts and laughing no matter how tough I'm acting.
They've been together for 4 years and blissfully married for 1.
I didn't know if that he was going to be the guy when I met him, but it just happened. Like it just happened.
I think I just had an innate knowing that the right chemistry, the right person was going to come.
So Jilly ticks all the boxes.
And more. More boxes than I thought I could have ticked.
Yeah.
Chin down.
Our second couple, Mark and Jody, also say they're in love.
get the
I am.
But their relationship is suffering because they're not together enough.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's me.
Jodie calls New York home Mark LA. But the biggest distance between them, after 2 years, she wants commitment and he's still not sure.
I'm a runner more than anything else. If something gets difficult, I walk away, which is probably why at 45 I'm still, haven't lived with anybody.
To test their love, our two couples have come here to Seattle. This unassuming building is the Love Lab, and it's where psychologist Dr. John Gottman assesses couples' chances of staying together.
Beyond that first encounter, once they really get together and they're talking to each other, that's when my science comes in, because that's when I can tell you whether it's going to work, right? And it really has to do entirely with emotion.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about how you both met each other?
To measure the emotions of our couples, Dr. Gottman's researchers scrutinise their relationships like never before.
Exactly. But I think that's more an issue for Jodie than it is for me.
Everything is recorded.
I think the only way it's going to stay up is with the tape, don't you think?
I have no idea.
A sideways glance or a happy laugh.
It felt as much disappointment as anger.
Signs of tension and an almost imperceptible twinge of a facial muscle.
I feel.
Even the heart rates and sweat of our subjects is monitored.
We look at videotapes and we look at what's going on physiologically inside couples, and we can measure them very precisely, very reliably, and then we get a profile of what's wrong with a couple.
Dr. Gottman's bold claim is he can predict the success or failure of any relationship, and he can do it with an accuracy of 90%. So simply, this couple will love each other for the rest of their lives, and this couple, well, they should hire a divorce lawyer now. No guesswork, no star signs, no tarot cards. He uses a mathematical formula, a love equation, to measure the nice and nasty bits of a couple's relationship.
The ratio needs to be around 5-to-1, 5 times as many positive as negative during conflict.
So 5-to-1 and greater, and you're happy for the rest of your life. Less than 5-to-1 and the marriage is doomed.
Pretty much. Without therapy, without couples therapy.
Just if you can understand.
But I don't want
Both couples are asked to focus on their differences. For Mark and Jodie, that's easy.
And I think I've got to help more with your business, and I've got to help more with your apartment.
But
and
there's
we
not
have
have
to
to, you have
resolve
to,
that.
but it's more
yeah,
want
okay,
to.
Exactly.
Mark has asked Jodie to give up this,
This dress
her
is
fashion
amazing.
career and home in New York. For this, his West Coast life. Jodie would in a heartbeat, but she fears Mark's not really committed to their relationship.
I know you do want to, but you just have to show it.
Yeah, but I think equally it's been hard for me to show excitement beyond.
If you go back and
Well, he should be moving to New York if he really loves her and wants her. And he's not. He's kind of passively letting it die.
Do something.
Second by second, Dr. Gottman analyses Mark and Jodie's responses to each other.
I was.
They're not leaning in, there's not a relaxation in their body, there's not an openness.
What they say and what their body language says.
You're not as comfortable with change.
And so far, it's not good.
What we see here in her mouth is a contempt facial expression. And that contempt facial expression is really a very good prognosticator that the relationship is going to end, that she's going to pull out. She's going to say, okay, I'm out of here.
I like that we're in business together.
On the other hand, it's all sweetness and light for Jilly and Jay, even when they're meant to be fighting.
So, money?
Yeah.
She laughs, she moves toward him, she's relaxed, and it's an enormous strength in the relationship for them to be able to do this.
And after only a few moments of analysis, Dr. Gottman's seen enough.
All the indications are that this is a marriage that's going to really work out.
This is one of the good times in the Love Lab.
I feel like there's one thing that's the most important of all, and that is our relationship and our love.
That's great.
But everyone, even Mark and Jodie, know their report card won't be as rosy.
So relax a little bit.
Dr. Gottman takes
We've
them
enjoyed
through
it.
the highs
And you guys are very strong on fondness and admiration.
and lows.
You said, I'm a woman with backbone. But then later on in the conversation, you look like a woman with no backbone.
And after crunching the numbers, he finds the ratio of good to bad signals they send each other is nowhere near the 5-to-1 it needs to be for this relationship to succeed.
Because currently, going by your formula, this relationship would fail.
Yeah, I think it really needs to improve.
To hear that right now you guys are unlikely to make it, what's it like to hear that?
We have known there's been an issue, and clearly we have to do some training to make the relationship work.
What are the killers of love? What kills relationships?
There's really one thing that is essentially sulfuric acid for love. You pour it on love and it's going to die, and that is contempt. Not only does it destroy love, but it also destroys the immune system of the person who receives this contempt.
So a person can become sick from it in a relationship like that?
So we can predict how many infectious illnesses that person receiving the contempt will have in the next 4 years. People in those kinds of relationships really live significantly less. You know, they die earlier.
So bad love is bad for you?
Bad love is bad for you.
The background of a big gun.
Despite the bad prognosis, Jodie and Mark believe their love is essentially good. After meeting Dr. Gottman, the commitment-phobic Mark decides it's time to make more effort.
Are you going to run away this time?
No, I don't think so. I think the relationship's got to a stage where it would be a waste to not work on it a little bit harder. And in a funny way, it's now got an interesting little competitive challenge associated with it.
So you're going to stay in the relationship to prove John Gottman wrong?
No, not exactly.
And then we're going to queue up the pictures on the screen.
Back in New York, I'm in the MRI scanner where Dr. Helen Fisher has been looking deep inside my brain to see what happens when I see pictures of my son Jack.
There we go.
But then she tries to mess with my mind by throwing in a photo of Brad Pitt.
And we'll find out what Brad Pitt does to Tara's head.
Yeah.
He's the heartthrob of millions and undeniably attractive.
But what we want to find out is whether she finds him aesthetically pleasing or whether she gets that rush of romantic love for him. How was it?
After almost an hour in the MRI machine, it's good to be free. But you found a brain, right?
Yeah, we found a brain. We found a beautiful brain. With nothing bad in it.
Here are the important areas that I talked about.
Now, the moment of truth.
First of all, what happened with Brad wasn't that interesting.
Turns out there was little activity in the part of my brain associated with love when I saw his face.
You're not in love with Brad.
No.
This is what a brain in love looks like.
And just look at the difference here and the amount of activity too. There's just so much more when you're looking at Jack.
As well it ought to be.
Absolutely.
This is the future of your DNA, Jack. And Brad Pitt came and left.
Despite the research, Dr. Helen Fisher remains an old-fashioned romantic at heart. But she says far from killing romance, a better understanding of the science of love will help it.
If there's any time, I think, in human evolution when we can make happy marriages, that time is now. Because we really are collecting the science to understand how to do it and what happens during it, how to get around the bumps and make your dreams come true.
You'll have couples queuing up for miles.
There will always be magic to love. But I think science can enable us to kiss fewer frogs.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.